I'm calling because I'm very concerned. We have some actual proof that a trucker may actually be transporting bird flu. We have a federal agent who is aware, who has taken the documents to many agencies, including New York State Police, the FBI in many, many states, infection control disease. And what this trucker reported was that he works for Department of Homeland Security. He's a Spanish man who is trucking an independent truck. He goes down to the corner of Broadway and Clinton in Albany, New York at the Department of Homeland Security facility every single evening for loads. He said there are Raymore and Flanagan's and J.B. Hunt trucks ahead of him loading, that he has taken loads from a silo above Glens Falls. His truck actually was lowered into the ground into a silo. When the truck came out of the ground, he was given a shot in his arm told to protect his family. He transported iced, refrigerated loads to the Pentagon, Baltimore, Maryland, Tucson, Arizona. He was told that he told the federal investigator how he's getting paid through the Bank of America with a number. He walks up to a window. He presents his number. He is taken to a back room and paid in cash. He showed the federal agent $100,000 worth of receipts because he gets $5,000 per load, and he's done as many as 3 loads per day.
Okay, now wait, let me just stop you right here because this is amazing information to say the least. Now, perhaps he is transporting vaccines, refrigerated vaccines. Is that a possibility?
Anything that has to be iced either has to be an antigen or an antibody. That's all we know. But we know that they gave him a shot to transport it, that they told him it was to protect his family, that it is obviously something that has to be kept refrigerated. He did one load for a complete week to Tucson, Arizona and back, but the amount of money that they're paying him under the table through Bank of America, only loading at night. They call him and they ask him to come down to meetings at Department of Homeland Security at 3 o'clock in the morning. They'll ask him how he's doing and send him back home and say, fine, you're okay, go back home. He has other truckers. He knows of a trucker with a 53-foot bed unit that took a missile type. He was able to see his load, and that was taken out to Phoenix, Arizona. He was given $18,000 to truck that load 2 times. It was 80 tons, and he blew his brakes. The Department of Homeland Security took care of it. He also has been to 2 silos. He's been to many cities with his loads. He's continuously working for Department of Homeland Security, and they are relocating him since the federal agents and the state police were notified. We were notified that he is being relocated to Tucson, Arizona at a base 15 miles below Tucson. And
okay, now, let me just ask you, Mary, how did you come upon this information?
I can't say. Just what I'm saying already has probably put me in danger, but it is the testimony that many people are aware of, and they are doing nothing about it. And some of the high-ups in New York State Police were quoted as saying, it's bigger than both of us, we're not touching it with a 10-foot pole.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
And we were told that there were retired New York State troopers that are getting paid 2 and 3 times their salary, that are the tail cars. They're actually in vans in back of these Raymore and Flanagan trucks in these transports, and they are within a mile behind them. So if you ever go down the New York State Thruway and look at these double Raymore and Flanagan trucks that are going west towards Syracuse, which is a CIA front, what they are doing is they have those tail cars in the back, and from what I understand, those are retired state troopers that are escorting those loads.
Okay, stay right there because we've got a 4-minute break coming at us. She's given us a lot of facts supporting this. Mary, what do you think all of this means? He
actually gave testimony to the names of the people that are running the show. There's a retired 3-star African-American general that's in Albany that's there late at night when he does his pickups. There's another guy named Fatah who is Muslim. There are many white suits. All the truckers, not just him, he named 5 of them, are being paid through Bank of America with their independent numbers. He has a uniform that he wears, which is a light blue shirt with buttons down the front, short sleeve. It says Eastern Connection with a red and orange sewn insignia on the shirt. He has to wear black pants and white sneakers, or they do not allow him to the facilities. He is not allowed to stop the truck once they start it to urinate. They have to either go in urinals or pee in the truck. They are at the end of their transports. They are given a white bag by Department of Homeland Security that they have to put all their belongings in. They are not allowed to chew gum in the cabs of the trucks on the transports. They are escorted when he's been to the Pentagon. There have been people with 45s around their waist in plain clothes that have met the trucks, and also on the slips that he gets paid. His slips say 30 Carner Road, Albany, New York, to 11 Wards Lane, Menands, New York. And he stated that he has been to neither of those locations, but every single one of his trucking slips for which he gets paid says those addresses.
Okay, say that again. 30
Carner Road, Albany, New York.
How do you spell that?
Karner. 30 Carner Road, Albany, New York, to 11 Wards Lane, Menands, New York.
How do you spell Menands?
Menands. And he's also been transported by Menands police to the city limits when he leaves the facility with a load, and they turn around at the city limit and return as he progresses on with his transport.
Okay, now my question is, why did he begin talking about this, or who did he decide to tell this to? Obviously, he knows that he's not supposed to be telling anybody this information.
The impression that I got from the agent that I spoke to, because many people got this, I guess they have sent this to a lot of agencies, is he spoke to someone that he knows personally, and he didn't think he was doing anything wrong. He just thought he had a good gig. I think he just thinks he has a good gig with the government. When he was giving the testimony, it was an innocent testimony, and they did not bring up FEMA trains, bird flu, and any of that because they didn't want to tip him off that, that he might be doing something wrong because these people have their claws in him hour by the hour, all day long.
Okay.
This man said that the government told them that if he's good to them, they'll be good to him, and that they were going to take him to a place called Sandy Point in Maryland on the water for government people where it's safe when this was over, and then they have since sent him now to Tucson, Arizona with his family to relocate him on base housing, and all he has to pay for is food because this investigator has spoken to him 3 times.
What I'd like for you to do is call me at the Power Hour, 877-817-9829. If you have any additional information on this or anything that we can do about this, give me a call and stay abreast with me because this sounds pretty discouraging, if you ask me.
It's not just that. He's had lead cars that like they'll tell him where he's got to go, and he'll be going from point A to point B, and somebody will interrupt the trip and then divert him down a road. He went to Glens Falls, New York, went to a dead-end street by a Stewart's by the Civic Center in Glens Falls, New York. They opened a gate, and he drove 6 miles on a gravel driveway to an underground silo. When the truck came out of the silo after he waited with the other truckers for 3 hours while they loaded in secret, the people who appeared with the truck when the truck was coming out of the ground had Tyvek suits, the mask, the gloves, and all the works on. He's also transported at the 109th Air Guard at Stratton Air Force Base. He did do 90 boxes of clear plastic white fluid. He did see that load. Rarely does he see his loads, but apparently he's loaded that at the C-130 at the 109th Air Guard. And he's done a lot of loads with these types of things, medical supplies, equipment, but specifically refrigerated to Tucson and to the Pentagon and to Baltimore. And I think that's it's up to no good. Along the New York State Thruway, there are miles and miles of car carriers that they've been adding to. There has to be 30 miles of them right now sitting on the track since before Christmas. That Thruway, there are miles and miles of car carriers that they've been adding to. There has to be 30 miles of them right now sitting on the track since before Christmas. That
could fit my whole city in this thing. Once you get around that bend near the bridge, you'll see how long it goes. I'll keep the camera running. We're at 20 minutes right now, film I've taken. Alright, I'll start jogging. You don't need shackles and benches when you think about it, because who gives a shit? We're all gonna be put in an oven or gas. Why does it matter? Maybe that's what they're planning, I don't even care. Take a look. Get out here. Look at that. Still going. All the way down. It's wide open. Doesn't end. It goes all around the bend here. Take a good look. Alright. No, I was gonna get lucky today. Oh, I'm inside one of these damn things. As you can see, train is massive. Take a good look, man. This might be your new home pretty soon.